Hello, everybody. Danny Gurrola. Welcome into my pink barn. We are here for another week of Make It Monday. And today is February 23rd, the last week of February. Guys, can you guys believe this? It's just crazy how fast the years just seem to go by. And I swear, as I get older, it just seems to go quicker and quicker. I remember back when I was pretty young, and when you are becoming a teenager, you can't wait to be 16 because then you get to drive. Then you can't wait to be 18 because then you're an adult. And then you can't wait to be 21 because, well, But then it's like, okay, wow, I can't wait to be 25 because then car insurance is cheaper. Yeah. Then you're like, oh, okay, well, then what is it after that? I just get to be old and, yeah, that's how it works. And time flies. And watch my kids grow up before my eyes, like literally grow in front of my eyes. So with that being said, they have told us on the news that this weekend we are going to be close to 90 degrees by the end of this month on Saturday and Sunday, the 28th and the 1st. They're saying that it could be, it's sitting at like 89 degrees, but we could hit our first 90 degrees for 2026, which is ridiculous. Like, it's not even like March yet. And we're talking about 90-degree weather. Yuck. I'm not ready for that. But, I mean, there's nothing I can do about that, right? What they say is, it is what it is. All right, let me get myself brought up over here, make sure we are live and I'm not sitting here talking to myself because I do that enough on my own. Okay, it looks like we are up and going. There we go. We've got volume. We're going to go ahead and mute that over here. Hello, Frida. I saw your little fur baby and his little one-eye bandit now. Poor little guy, but I guess you've got to do what you've got to do when they've got health issues like that. I always bring it up about my son's cat. He is a tripod and he lives perfectly fine that way. So I think it's the same thing with our babies when they lose an eye and lose their vision. It's just a new way for them to have to adapt now. So they've just got to learn life without that, just like, we would. But it's better than the alternative where if we don't catch things, then, it can be the demise of them. So that is a good thing that you guys were, watching his eye and the things that are going on in there. It is, weather is 43 degrees, and it's raining. Wow. You felt really old when you retired. Well, now you get to enjoy life, right? So do you feel a little bit younger because you're not having to go to work every day? And it probably is nice to know that you have the freedom of time when you're not relying on having to go to a 9 to 5 job, whatever time your job was. But it is nice when you get to retire. I know my mom, she talks about it. I know my dad's having a really hard time with, he's wanting to try to find something just to occupy his time. But I don't think him going back to work would be a good choice for him. I think he should enjoy his, his time to be out. He loves being in the yard. He loves planting. He loves doing all that kind of stuff. I'm like, enjoy that. Don't be stuck on a job. He likes the money. I don't blame him, but he's good. I love not to answer. Yes, exactly, to a boss, right? Yep, that is another plus in there. Speaking of which, my husband just returned back to work today, and it was hard on both of us, honestly. I was not, I think I was in La La Land that I wasn't thinking that I'm so reliant on him when it comes to Kaden. But today I realized that it is tough, especially after this surgery. I have really become quite dependent on him for a lot of things. And it is one of those things that when I had to get her up alone this morning, which, I mean, when I say alone, I don't mean that physically just by myself. My son is here to help me, which, as much as I say, oh my gosh, spread your wings, little bird, it is nice that he's here, because in this instance, I had to call him and have him come help me this morning because I could not do it on my own. I physically cannot lift her by myself anymore. She has definitely become a woman and now has a womanly body, and it's too hard to try to get her dressed by myself and try to hold her upright. She is doing better. She is becoming more stable on her own as things are healing and as she's progressing. Tomorrow we go in and she has her wheelchair adjusted. So they have to adjust the height of the back and her little headrest thing on her wheelchair, because now that she is straighter and she's not leaning, she is much taller. Not much, but she's a couple of, maybe a half inch taller. And so they need to adjust all that. She now doesn't have the lean, so she's got the laterals on the side of her chair that they now need to adjust, that don't need to be pushing into her body as much, because since she can sit up, those can we could probably even take them off there, to be honest with you, but we'll see how it all goes tomorrow. So we go in and we do that. And then, so she is doing fabulous. I know in March she has another her number 2 of her post-op, where I'm sure they'll probably do another round of x-rays just to make sure that everything is settling in there. We have some questions for the doctor, so we will ask him. But other than that, yesterday or last night, actually, when I went in and I checked on her, she was actually kind of laying on her stomach, which I was surprised that she would be able to do that. But I make sure that I flip her on her sides throughout the night, just so she's not applying full pressure to her back. And when I put her to bed, I actually put her on her side, and she had kind of rolled more over to her stomach. And I was afraid that would hurt with the straightness of her back, but she seemed to sleep pretty well for the most part. She is still not sleeping completely through the night. She is, actually, we've gotten better on seizures. She's not having as many seizures. So I don't know if there was a solstice or something going on in the stars, that kind of stuff, astrology stuff, because I know that does really bother her when we have full moons, or if there is a meteor shower or something like that, that does tend to affect seizures. But this week she's actually been pretty well on seizure control. We've done okay. She does still have her few breakthroughs, but overall, we're talking she's doing okay. So she slept pretty decently. She does wake up throughout the night and is kind of awake for maybe an hour, maybe hour and a half, and then she'll doze off for a little bit and then wake back up. So she's kind of still with the on and off. I don't want to say that I'm going to chalk that up to pain. I think she's just figuring out her body still. And so I think she gets a little bit uncomfortable, not pain, but just uncomfortable the way she's laying. So I need to move her and adjust her. So I do so when I know that she's waking up. So that's kind of how she's doing. But other than that, overall, I mean, she is doing fantastic. I am blown away by this kid's strength, to be completely honest with you. She is a rock star. So, yeah, that's what's going on. Okay, now to move on to some Stampin' Up! News. I'm going to get you guys flipped around. I have new product to share with you. So, this week's Make It Monday is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to be doing a kit to go this week, just because we've got a launch coming up in March. So next week we have new product coming out in our online exclusives. So I want to show you some of the pre-order items that I've got on, and for the whole reason of why I'm going to be doing the class that I'm doing today for you guys is because with a launch of the March online exclusives and with a new catalog coming in May, it's going to be a new annual catalog. that means we are going to be getting tons of new paper. And so with like myself, I always have a hard time justifying, hey, I need to buy all this new paper because it's so pretty and it's new. But then I have all the old paper that I'm like, what do I do with it? So I have a great way of showing you guys how to cut some of your paper up, make some really fun little cards. We're going to actually be using note cards today. Hello, Cheryl. And I'm going to show you guys how to cut some paper up to really get your paper used. Now, the fun thing with this is it's going to be showing off both sides of your paper. If you choose to use one piece, you can do so in this one sheet wonder. Myself, I'm going to be taking 2 pieces of my 6x6 designer series paper. And when I say using the 6x6, I have taken the Painted Illusions, which is our product of the month for February. It is that gorgeous paper that you have access to for only $5. Once your order becomes $75, you can add that to your order for $5. Really cool, right? So I'm going to be sharing some ideas on using that paper. Now I am going to be using 2 6x6. So I've just cut my paper in fourths, and I'm going to be using 2 different designs. And, but by all means, you can use one and then flip pieces around accordingly to how you need to use them. And I will show you how to do that as we go along here. And you'll see the whole process. But this way, you don't have to feel guilty about buying new gorgeous paper when you can get some cards made with the old paper. And I don't want to say old because there's nothing old about it. But the paper that you have on stock, or maybe if it's not even Stampin' Up paper, but you love it and you want to use it, I'm going to show you how to get some great cards made out of it. So with this, it's going to be making 4 cards out of that 6x6 sheet of paper. Now, since I'm cutting 2 6x6s, I could actually make 8 cards, and that would work as well. But I'm going to be making the 4 today to show you the design. I'm actually going to put over on my blog tomorrow, you guys will see it, the template for the one sheet wonder that I'm using. So you guys will see exactly how to cut everything. You're going to see me do it here on the live tonight, but it's always kind of nice to have that little template over there so you can see how to do it for yourself. And then really kind of show off this beautiful paper. And I'm going to actually do, when I get you guys flipped around, I'm going to show you some of the upcoming March online exclusive pre-order stuff that we got. So then you guys can write down what it is that you see that you love, because, oh my gosh, you guys, so many fantastic products that are coming out that I want to share with you guys so you can get a kind of a first glance look at that and be able to, like I said, jot down the name of it so when it goes live in March, you can swoop these up. All right, hold tight. I'm going to get you guys flipped around here, and we're going to get into seeing some of that new product. Hold tight. Okay. So don't forget, if you guys have not submitted your mystery stamping card, you still have through Wednesday the 25th to get your card submitted over on Pink Barn Stamper Group. I made a really cute design layout for you guys on the mystery stamping, so you guys can check that out. Okay. Painted Illusion. It's the paper we're going to be using tonight for this really fun one sheet wonder. So don't forget that when your order reaches $75, you're going to see a little pop-up show up on your screen, and it's going to say you have qualified for the product of the month. Now, I will tell you that we still have January's product of the month available as well. I think it might actually be out of stock at this moment, but I know that it was still on there for purchase. And I think actually was December's there too. Did they start it in December? Yeah, it might be there too. Hello, Linda. Hello, Kimberly. So just so you guys know that this is the paper that we're going to be playing with tonight, just because it is so fabulous. I couldn't wait to make some cards and share with you guys and get some paper used. Oops, no, we don't have free shipping. Don't forget that February 2nd is the last day that you guys can use your bonus day coupons. I don't know why I said February 2nd. It's actually, I think it's March is when you can use the last time you can use your coupons. So if you earned those coupons in January, you can actually use those through the month of February, but don't forget to use them. Make sure you use them so you can save that money from those coupons, and you can stack those coupons as well, just so you're aware of that. Let me move this stuff out of the way. We also have a fabulous join special going on. This lasts through Monday the 2nd. So March 2nd, which is, 2nd is March, the Monday. This starter kit special is going to include the Stampin' Positioner. Now, I did use this during my mystery stamping. If you want to check that out, you can see that. Just so you can kind of see what the heck is a Stampin' Up! Positioner. You know, I've heard everybody talking about it. What is it? So I do demonstrate how to use that over on, you can check that out over on my blog, pinkbarnstamper.com. It is a wonderful tool that, especially if like my mom, she really benefits from it because she has kind of shaky hands. So this will align your stamps down without that shaking going on. It's really kind of nice. And I know a lot of people have been waiting for Stampin' Up! To come out with another positioner. So here it is. And right now you can get this free in your starter kit. So when you join the Stampin' Up! You know, team, it's one of those things that's just an extra little bonus for you. You can still add the $125 worth of product into your cart, into your starter kit. Now that is $125 worth of any product that we have live right now. Also, you're going to see those March online exclusive, the pre-order that we're in, you also get access to those items as well. So just know that those are in there, and you're going to pay $99 for that kit. So $125 worth of product, your choice. You're only going to pay $99, and you're going to get free shipping on that. So it's a really, really wonderful thing. And they're going to throw in the Stampin' Positioner for free. And there's no coupons, no anything that you need to add to it. They're just going to add that into your kit for you. Now, the one thing you might want to add is the grid paper. I do highly suggest you having the grid paper for this. It really helps you line things up on there. And then if your stamp goes off of your card or your paper, whatever you're stamping on, it's going to go right onto the grid paper. Then you can just tear that, throw it away when you're done with it, and not get it all over the surface of your Stampin' Positioner. Now, I will let you know that you can wipe off. So let me bring this over. You can wipe the surface off if you don't order this. But as you can see, this really helps with a grid. So you have the measurements there. There's no measurements on this. There is a ruler at the top and on the side. But when you're lining things up, it's really helpful to have this paper to be able to see that when you have this on here, your lines are going to match the lines on your paper. So if you're trying to make something be perfectly lined, words, whether you have them, you know, going in an ombre effect, you really want those to be spaced And this is a wonderful tool for that. And that paper really does help with that. Okay, just to let you know that that does not come with it. That's something you have to purchase separately. Okay, so let me go ahead and share with you guys some of the March online exclusives. So this first one, I'm going to show the sweet collections first, just because I love these so much. These are so fun. This one is called Homemade Sweetness Sweet Collection. This comes with everything you see here if you purchase the full sweet collection. So if you like homemade jars or anything that like scrapbooking, I can really see this for scrapbooking. Say you and your family every year you go and you pick berries and you like to can your jam or just, you know, any kind of preserves. This would be a really cute scrapbook page. It's just really fun. It's going to make some really fabulous cards as well. You're the sweetest. Love you very much. Homemade for you. Thank you. Just a really, really cute stamp set. Then you've got this really fun die set as well. This is going to actually create a jar card that's going to actually fold in the middle for you. You've got the end of a spoon here, so you can actually stick that in the side of your jar as if you were, you know, spooning your preserve out of there. And some really wonderful little die cut images here. You've got the strawberry, the berries that coordinate here with the stamp. You've also got a ladybug picnic 3D embossing folder. Really fun. Look at the little characters on there with those little ladybugs. I can see this going really well with the set that I used last week, the Sweet Bugs. This would coordinate with it also. We've got some fun embellishments here. These are called the Strawberry and Dots. You've got the blue Misty Moonlight, and I'm assuming that's going to be Strawberry Slush. And then you've got some really cute little, and these are those, what is that stuff called? These are, they're not foam, but they're, I can't remember what they're called. I was going to say, they don't say on there, but they're almost like a rubber kind of feel to them. Maybe you guys can tell me what they are. But there's the really cute little strawberries there too. And then we've got this paper. I haven't even opened this paper yet. So let's open this and take a look at it. Absolutely. Kimberly said you can make some cute tags for your homemade treats and gifts. Absolutely. Look at this. I love the little honey bear. How cute is that? So the back side is going to be some of that strawberry slush. Let me move this over so we can get both in view here. Then we've got some of those spoons. Oh, and look at that. That is so cute. That's got little hearts on it. Then the next one is going to be sweet little ladybugs with some gingham on the back. Some really pretty little dainty flowers. I like this side as well. That checkerboard with the pink. And of course it's pink, so I'm going to love that. Now you've got some of those jars. They're just a little bit smaller. And then you've got, if you look at this all the way over, it looks like notepad paper. Again, great for a scrapbook layout. And then the last one is, your fruits on the back of this along with the Misty Moonlight. So beautiful paper, you guys. We've also got the blue gingham. Let's get this open here. This is called the Misty Moonlight Checkered Trim. Really pretty. And again, it's really easy and flexible to move, so it'll be great for creating little bows. So that is, again, that is called the Homemade Sweetness Sweet Collection, or the stamp and die bundle is called the Filled with Sweetness bundle. Okay, there's that. Let me move that out of the way. The next one we have, this is called, the full suite is called the Garden Pottery Suite Collection. So here is the stamp with the dies. So this actually has a die that is a hybrid embossing folder. So when you open this up, this die is going to actually coordinate with the Paradise Garden hybrid folder. So this will cut out the, so you get 2 full sheets of dies in this. This one coordinates with the hybrid folder, so it will cut out some of the leaves, the tips of the leaves. So then those leaves will be able to pop up on a piece of paper. You can pull some of them out, but they won't completely be punched out of your paper. So it makes a really neat technique. And I can't wait to play with that and see exactly how the effect looks. But that is, that bundle is called Paradise Garden Bundle, and the bundle comes with the embossing folder since it is a hybrid bundle. So you get all 3 of those when you just purchase the bundle. But if you order the full suite collection, you're going to get this plus the, this is called the Garden Pottery Paper. It also comes with the Garden Texture, gorgeous paper. It's going to come with the Garden Epoxy Dots. And, oh my Lord, look at this shimmery. Look at that color. Is that not stunning? That is Berry Burst, but it's very shimmery. It's a little bit stiffer, but I really think you'd still be able to make some pretty good bows with it. Now that is called Berry Burst Shiny Ribbon. Okay, so pretty. It is really shimmery. It's gorgeous. It's not just a flat Berry Burst. And then with your Garden Epoxy Dots, you've got some solid colors, and then you've got these little clear epoxy dots with little flowers in them. Let's open this paper. This is the Garden Textured Specialty Foil Sheets. This comes in the color Berry Burst, Blueberry Bushel, and Shaded Spruce. Ooh, that ribbon. Oh my goodness. How freaking cool is that together? That ribbon really looks good on that. I like that this is shiny, but it's not like reflective shiny. It's almost like a matte shine, if that makes any sense. But there is texture to it. You can probably see that. So you get 2 sheets of the Berry Burst. Then there's the Blueberry Bushel. You get 2 sheets of that. And you can tell because that light is not reflecting back on my camera. So you can kind of see that flat matte look that I'm kind of trying to explain. And then look at that grain. Oh, I can actually see Christmas cards with this. Isn't that pretty? Oh, love that. And I'm going to leave that there because you're going to see that it coordinates with the Garden Poetry Designer Series paper. If I can get this out of here. So look at that together. Oh my Lord. Okay, let's flip these over. So there's the other side. So you can really see that that coordinates beautifully with those 2. Okay, this one. And I mean, the pink wouldn't go with that, but that does have some of the crushed curry over here in that. The next one is going to really accent that blueberry bushel. Then there's the paper that's going to go with the shaded spruce. Then we've got some more of the orange and yellows going on there. And then the last one has your blueberry and your shaded spruce together. So pretty. Oh, love it. Okay, so again, that sweet collection is called the Garden Poetry Sweet Collection. Or the bundle with the hybrid embossing folder is called the Paradise Garden Bundle. Okay, the next sweet collection, this one is called the Delicate Dreams Sweet Collection. This one is absolutely stunning. Look at those. Don't those just look, as it says, delicate? This is called Delicate Whisper with the Delicate Whisper dies. So that is the name of the bundle. Here are those dies right there. You get so many different, floral dies in that. I like that they give you the ones that outline the stamps that we have over here. And they also give you a bunch of detailed little flower images in there as well. You've got hello friend, wishing you happiness. Thank you kindly. Hope you feel your best soon. We've got another ribbon here that goes with this. This is called the Gray Granite Variegated Trim. Very soft, easy to work with. So that is Gray Granite, which goes so well with this paper. We've got these are called the Natural Matte Dots. So they're in white. White is up here at the very top. You've got Night of Navy. I'm assuming that has got to be Old Olive along with Basic Beige. That could be Mossy Meadow. I could be wrong. The paper here. So I'm going to show you the specialty paper first. This is called the Delicate Designs Specialty Designer Series paper. Ooh, that is an awful noise. Very sorry. Ugh. Come on, thing. Now this is in Crumb Cake and Bronze. So this is single-sided. You get 2 sheets of each. You can really see that bronze. Got that one there. And then you've got that there. I really like this. That would be good for some Father's Day cards. So there is 6 sheets in that specialty paper. This is called the Delicate Dreams Specialty Designer Series paper. And this has got, because it's the specialty paper, it does have the bronze foiling going on in there. So here is the flip side of that. So I'm assuming that's got to be Mossy Meadow. Yes, Mossy Meadow. So that is the color of the dots. Those are Mossy, not Old Olive. So there is, look at these colors together though. Aren't those so pretty? I love how they do that because there's times where I'm like, I would never imagine colors going together, but somehow they really make it work. Then again, we've got that gray granite color with some more just bronze paper. I love this. The linen look I think that is so pretty. And the insides of these flowers, along with these leaves, have that bronze foiling. Try to move it so you can see it there. And I really dig the fact that the back side of the paper could be used for your masculine cards, and the front side has that shimmer to it for your more feminine cards. This blew me away. I love how they have outlined all the flowers in the bronze. I think that just looks so cool. And this has got little tiny delicate bronze flowers on it. And then the backside has some of those blue flowers. And then we've got this here. Those almost look like feathers, but they're part of the leaves in this collection here. So really super pretty. And what I am guessing is, let me grab those dies again. I'm assuming, because sometimes no, maybe not. I was thinking one of these dies might line up on that, but I think it actually lines up to when I was looking at this. Which one was it? Is it this one? Yes, I think. Hold on. Let me take this out. Because I'm pretty sure when I looked at this die right here, yep, lined up on that image. So the blue and the like crumb cake one, it can line up on those and cut out with the paper. I love it when they do that. Just because there's times where you just want to make a card. You don't want to worry about like trying to color and do all that. So when your dies match up with your paper, it really makes things a lot easier for you. Okay, so again, that full suite collection is called the Delicate Dreams Suite Collection. Or just the bundle with the stamp and the dies is called the Delicate Whispers bundle. Let me move this over here. I'm running out of room. Then I've got a couple of standalone bundles that I'm going to share with you. Let's see here. We have got this is called the Forever Florals. So there's the front side there. And this is what those dies look like. This is one full die with another die in the center here. So you can see that those two are apart, but on the thing they come together. So this is gonna die cut a full sheet, as you can see, like what this looks like here. And it would be so neat to just stamp a sentiment in the center of that, or pop this up in the center. Oh my gosh, really cool labels in this die set here. But you've got the few little floral images, but the font is what had me. Love the font. You're on my mind and in my heart, always and forever, and thinking of you. The font I just think is so cool. It's just kind of whimsical, I think. So that is called the Forever Florals bundle. Then we've got the Scalloped Wishes. Again, I love a good, and I wouldn't call it a banner, but kind of a sentiment. Scallops are always cool. I don't see them enough. When you've got squares and you've got circles, it's just really kind of nice to have another shape to put images on. And a scallop is one of those ones that I'm a real big sucker for. But the stamps actually match up with the dies here. As you can tell, my mom, with the ones that she gets, she already goes through and flips them all around and does all that. I haven't done that. But here are the dies for that. You get the flowers. You also get this really neat, like decorative that you can also put on that. So again, you can do it in different colors, make your ink match the background in a darker, you know, it's just really fun to mess with these and really kind of mix and match things. You've got some little floral images. You've got the wings along with your bodies of your either dragonflies, butterflies, whatever you want to call them. Which there you go. He's a dragonfly, I guess. I guess the body's too long to be a butterfly if I would have actually looked at that. We've got happy graduation for you with sincere thanks. Take care. Take care. So very happy for you. Hello. I'm here for you if you need me. And then we've got a really cool little, what are they called? Pussy willows. I don't know the real name for them. But I love the dainty look of the stamps that coordinate on these die backgrounds. So really kind of fun. Again, that is called the Scalloped Wishes. Okay, so there are all the fun goodies that I have ordered for the upcoming pre-order that we just went through. So let's go ahead and get started on, let me get this out of the way, on our one sheet wonder for tonight. Let me bring all this stuff in. So I am going to be playing with 2 of our product of the month items. Now let me go over here and check, because I'm pretty sure, I think this stamp set may be the one that's on back order. Oh, no. I'm pretty sure that's what I looked at. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the Fabulous Sayings is on back order. Let me find out when that's going to be back in. Why is my thing looking funny? Oh, of course, it logs me out. Of course. Isn't that fabulous? I'm looking. It says that if you don't already have this, you can still get it. Now, of course, when you're on camera and you're looking for something, you can't find it. Well, now I don't see it. Huh. I just saw it earlier. It was like that before, the other day when I looked at something and I told you guys that it was on the clearance rack, but then it wasn't. Yeah, I don't know. So maybe they decided to not bring it back. Not sure. But this is called the Fabulous Sayings. This was, I believe, January's product of the month. I'm going to actually just use some of these sentiments on the cards that I'm going to be making tonight. If you make these cards, you can use whatever sentiment stamp set you choose. Oh, Linda said, yeah, I think it is sold out. Okay. Well, then that would make sense. Okay. So here is the one sheet wonder that I'm going to be using and showing you guys how to create. Now, I have decided to bring in, this is that beautiful paper, the Painted Illusions paper. This is the one that is available for February. And you guys have seen me show you this because I always tell you that I love like that mermaid look. The colors are really pretty, very spring-like. So I have taken 2 of those, and these are the 2 that I have chose. So I'm going to use these 2 sides. So I'm going to lay my 2 together when I cut those. I just like those 2 colors together. I have brought in a couple of different retired ribbon that I'm just going to kind of see what I like with it. These are in Petal Pink. Now, Petal Pink is throughout this There's also, I believe it's Pretty in Pink that is in here, but we're just gonna wing it. I think there's also Flirty Flamingo. That's the other one. Flirty Flamingo. You've got Darling Duckling, Lost Lagoon, Misty Moonlight. Now I did grab, where did I put it? Oh, I did grab a Pretty Peacock ribbon as well. We're going to play with it and just see what we like, but I'm going to show you guys the layout because the layout is what is most important. I'm also going to be using my Stylish Shapes dies for my sentiments to go on these. And then when we're done, I'm going to go ahead and show you a different paper that I have used to go ahead and create these cards as well. So let's move this off to the side and get started here. Now, I did say that this was for the note cards. You could use regular size cards, but the basic white note cards and envelopes are fabulous. It comes with 20 cards and envelopes in here. So, you know, you can really make a lot of cards. Now, with this cut, it does make 4 cards that I'm going to share with you. So, you can get, you know, if you're going to give these as gifts, which is a wonderful thing to do, you can get 5 packaged gifts out of 1 pack of these. You could potentially make 5 cards if you want to, depending on how you want to create your layer or your design. But I'm going to show you what I have here, and you can decide how you want to put yours on there. So again, like I said, I'm going to put both of my papers together. It is a 6x6. So I have just taken my full 12x12. I've cut it in half at the 6 and then cut it a half again to make little 6x6 squares. As you can see, I did do some of that little mermaid type, but I just thought this looked good together. And then I have another card that I was playing with that I'm going to share with you guys too. Just a little extra bonus card. I'll probably just throw it up on the blog later this week. So starting with our 6x6, I am going to pull out, well, I'll do that in just a minute. I'll pull out the other part that we need. All right, so as we get started here, we're going to look at this as if it's our 6x6. I will have this on the blog, so you will be able to go and take a look at this. Now, on this, it does say to cut on the dotted lines first. So I have made these in blue to cut on these first, so they are going to stand out versus your black lines that we're going to cut afterwards. We're going to go ahead and make our 4 little cuts here first. Then we're going to cut those down to the pieces that we need for our cards, because then it says cut on straight lines next, which I have done in black, just like the writing, hoping that that can kind of, you know, make things seem a little bit more simpler. I guess it does in my brain. So I'm going to take my 2 pieces of paper. I really like the way that those 2 look together. Now there is a flip side. So this is where you could technically take just one 6x6 piece of paper, as long as you like the back side with it, which, you know, I'm not hating those 2 together. But this is just going to give me more options, because while I'm cutting, I'm going to go ahead and cut 2 of them together just to give myself some extra cards. Okay, so I'm going to cut my 6x6 at 3 inches first. And this is if my paper was going to be non-directional, this works best. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my 3x3 and then just set my other 3 aside. Now I'm going to also, it says to cut this piece that we just cut at 3 again. So now I'm going to take this and turn it, and we're going to cut this at 3. Okay, and I'm going to lay these over here beside me so I can see how everything is cut, because then when I look at my paper, I'm going to see that everything is matching. Now, on this long piece, which is what is on the right side here, I'm going to now cut at the 4.5, which is going to leave me with 1.5. So line that up, and then I have 1.5. Cut that. Again, place that there. Place that there. So now, as you can see, I have both my, or all 4 of my blue lined pieces. Now we're going to go ahead and cut the black line pieces. Now on this first little square up here, you can see that there is a diagonal little piece here. You can go in here and just eyeball a little piece off of here, which, you know, isn't going to hurt anything because you're just going to go ahead and cut that piece off. I would say line it up to the 1.5 inch of the side of your cutting blade if you have the Stampin' Up blade, and that's going to give you pretty much the best cut. Otherwise, if you want to be precise, I would say grab your pen or pencil, whatever, and mark at the 1 inch. And I'm just going to make just a little mark. I'm not going to be precise because I'm not picky about it. And then along the bottom. So this is how our square would set. So we want to go 1 inch down and 1 inch over. And I didn't mark that on there. I probably should have. And then we're going to go 1 inch over. So we're going to take this and go 1 inch over if we're being precise. Otherwise, like I said, you could put this in your chamber and you're sitting pretty much at your 1.5. But my paper shifted and I want to keep those together because I want everything to line up. So like that and like that. And then we're going to go ahead and give that a cut. And there is those 2 pieces. So there is our first square done. The next square, what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to cut 3 1/2-inch pieces off the left side. So there's my first one. I'm going to take that and I'm going to lay that here. My next one, I'm going to cut another 1/2 inch. And then again, tucking those together. Doing another 1/2 inch. Okay. And then we're going to set that there and set this one right there. So there are our 3 pieces. As we see, our 3 1/2-inch pieces and then our 1/2 piece here. Now we're going to move over to this section here, and all we're going to do is we're going to cut that at 2 inches, which is going to leave us with a 1 inch strip. So cutting at 2 inches. I know, right? Wish we can get more than one of these. I know it does tell you after you have ordered your product of the month, if you were to go back in and place another $75 order, you cannot get 2 of a product of the month. That's what Linda is saying, that she wishes, or Kimberly said that she wishes she can get more of it because it is so pretty. I know, right? Okay, so there are our cuts. Now I'm going to go ahead and move that out of the way, and then we can look at our sheet versus our paper and see that we've got everything cut as we need. This is where we're going to go ahead and grab our note cards. So I'm going to grab 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, there's 20 in here. You're going to have your matching envelopes. So we can grab 4 envelopes. Now these, again, like I was saying, are great for, oh, there's a note card right there, in with my envelopes. These are great for gifts. I know I have quite a few people who don't do the stamping and the creating, but they love to just buy my cards. Well, instead of me having them pay me for my cards, I use these as gifts for, you know, Mother's Day. They love getting these already pre-made cards and they give them out to their family and friends. I do have one person particular who loves sending cards out. So I can already picture giving her this as a little kit for her to send to her family and friends. Okay, so these are already pre-scored for you. So all you have to do is come in and give them a good crease. So let's do all 4 of our cards, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to put these together. I am going to need a scrap of white. And where is, I guess I need to grab a scrap of white out. I thought I had a piece sitting there, and I don't. Because I need a scrap for my sentiment pieces. When we go to die cut those and add those, I'm going to set that there, and we'll get those ready in just a minute. Let me get this out of the way. Have all of my card bases, and then now we're going to go ahead and we are going to put these on our cards. So for my first card, I am going to start out with these 2 pieces here. So I'm going to actually grab the top one and one of the bottom ones because I like these 2 colors. Now you could take it if you're using one single paper and you're just going to flip it to get the back color of that paper. Now I didn't like the blue with the pink, so that's why I didn't go with that. Now this one, you could take the blue and you can go that because that's technically the back of that. Again, I didn't like it. That might work, but no, just wasn't feeling it. So that's why I wanted to use 2 different ones. So I can technically just keep the 2 fronts of the paper that I like. This is going to get placed here. This is going to get placed here. Okay. So that's how I'm going to do that card. And that's going to complete the layout for that card. Then we're going to come back and we're going to decorate these and really make them look good. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere my pieces down because right now I'm just going to show you how we're layering these because you can always go in and decorate them how you want. But the stylish shapes work really well for this. And I will have you know that this is not my idea. I did get this off of Pinterest, and I just decided to use different sentiments and different paper because that's how we roll. But I loved this idea that I knew you guys needed to know about it. Okay, so I'm just going to place that there. Isn't that pretty together? Really just offsets that green and that blue, the pretty peacock. So that layout is done. We're going to go to the next layout. So the next layout that I'm going to use is we are going to grab our wide piece here and our bottom piece here. And this is going to go like that. So I've grabbed this piece and this piece. I mean, I guess you can use that piece either way. They're both the same. They're both, what were those, 1.5s? So that's going to go like that. Okay, there's my next one. Okay, this one we are going to do I'm going to grab this long piece here. This card is actually going to go landscape style. This piece is going to go here. Oops, actually, I need the pink. And this is where I'm going to use this piece here. This is going to go like that over the top of that. You could use that one too. But this way you're going to have each piece from each cut. So this one is going to go right here, like so. And these go pretty quick too. And then this piece is going to go right like so. Okay. And then this last one, what we're going to do is we're going to take these 3 pieces here. So I'm going to take this one, the pink one, and another one of the blue ones. Okay. And then I'm going to take this piece first and lay it down. This piece is going to go right like so. The pink is going to go next. Like so. And then this one is going to go just like that. Okay. Now, I'm going to move these out of the way because now we have got all 4 of our cards done, right? And since I cut 2, I've still got enough to go ahead and create 4 more cards. So this is why I say, if you're going to go ahead and you want to make quite a few of these, cut multiple pieces of your 6x6 at one time. You can really mix and match your colors that way. So this is what I'm going to go with. I'm going to use my Sentiments Fabulous Sayings. I'm going to also bring in my Stylish Shapes dies. So what I need for my Stylish Shapes dies, I'm going to take this white piece here and I'm just going to cut this just like so, so this can fit through my machine. I'm going to take these and set these, oops, maybe not on there so I don't mess those up. I'm going to move those aside for a minute. I'm going to bring my die cutting machine in and I am going to place my white piece on here. I am going to, let's see. I'm going to cut this circle using 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th circle in my Stylish Shapes. I'm going to use the big wide banner here. I'm going to place that on there as well. I'm going to just go ahead and cut these all while I'm doing it. I need the 1, 2, 3 square. And I also need the wide, smaller little banner here. Okay, so I'm going to just lay all those on there. Now, if you're organized, you might already have a bunch of these cut. And that would be great because this is going to cover all 4 of my cards for my sentiments. Okay, let's get all of our pieces out here. So this is what we need for our sentiments. All right, I'm going to use, We're going to use thank you. We're going to use hello. We're going to bring in happy birthday. And where's my other block? And we're also going to bring in you can do anything. Okay, there's that. And happy birthday. All right, I'm going to bring in my Memento black ink for this. I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiments first. Where did I put my, there it is. Okay, so on my circle, this is where I'm going to use happy birthday. So what I'm going to do is, because this stamp has a nice good break in between those two words, I'm going to go ahead and stamp birthday first, just so I make sure that that is going to fit down below here. So there's birthday. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clean that. Now you can get really creative with colors on here. I'm just showing you guys the basics here. There's happy. And I'm going to put happy right. I think I like it right there. Okay, beautiful. There's that one. Then the next one, I'm going to use the wide, long banner. And for this, I'm going to say, you can do anything. Kind of words of encouragement. And this is going to fit right in this. Okay, there's that one. Then thank you. Thank you is going to go on our square. So we always use thank you cards. Okay, there's thank you. And then we've got hello, which is going to go on our little banner here. See, perfect. Your hairdresser would love these. And I like the size of these because these can always be one of those things that you carry around in your purse with you. And, you know, somebody says, oh, it's my birthday today. You're like, oh, here, look, here's a little package of cards for you. These make great gifts, and it introduces people to card making, even though you already have them pre-made. It's like, what in the world? You made those, especially when you're meeting new people and they've never crafted, but you want to introduce them to, you know, the fun of crafting. Then this is a great way of doing that. My sister-in-law loves it when I give her cards. See, right? And this is one of those things that she would love to have, these little ones. So, okay, we are done with stamping. Now we're going to go ahead and decorate these. So let's bring these in. Now this one here, I think because we've got so much of that. No, I don't think I have a flirty flamingo. No, because that's strawberry. I have bubble bath. What is this one right here? This one I think is, that's petunia. No, that definitely wouldn't go. I mean, there's always the option of taking, which I did on my other cards that I'm going to show you. I took a plain, where did I put that ribbon? Did I put it away? Probably. No, I didn't. So where the heck? Oh, there it is. It's underneath my trimmer. So what I did on my other ones to make it more matchy, I took just one of our plain white ribbons and then I grabbed my Stampin' Blends and I colored it whatever color I needed it to be. So I'm going to actually show you guys how to do that on this one. I think the Flirty Flamingo just might look a little bit better. We do have Peacock, which Peacock would look good on that too, just because we've got a lot of that color, but I think I want the Flirty Flamingo. So I'm gonna go ahead and take just a piece of this and I'm gonna grab my Flirty Flamingo if I can find it. Where is it? Do we have Flirty Flamingo? Yeah, we do. Okay, so here's Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to take the dark and I'm going to use the more painted tip on this. And I'm just going to hold this sideways and I'm just going to color that the color I need it to be. Because that's the nice thing about alcohol markers is these dry without bleeding. So let's go ahead and cut this right like so. Now I think we should probably make that a little bit straighter. Okay, and I'm gonna make this curve in this way. Maybe. Okay. So I'm going to move that out of the way, move this out of the way. And what I'm going to do is that needs to dry a minute and it will lighten up as it dries. So I'm going to take a, my snail here, or no, it's called seal now. See, I keep calling it that and I guess I better see how wide this is going to be. So I'm only going to go about to the center of this and just add just like so. Then I'm going to come in and add my piece of ribbon right to the bottom there. Just lay it right in that adhesive because then I know that it's not going anywhere. Then I'm going to use the You Can Do Anything on this and I'm going to pop this up right over top of that with some dimensionals. Now I've got a partial sheet of dimensionals and you guys know how I don't waste anything. I'm just going to cut some of these apart so I can slap these on here. And voila, we do have a perfect fit over this. And I'm just going to place that right like that across there. And it's almost like that banner was meant for these little note cards. Okay, so there's that. We are going to come in with some fancy little embellishments. So let's see, what do we have here? I know we have one new of all sorts of pinks. Let me find it. Okay, there's that one, or I know there's another one. There it is. That was the one that I was thinking of. This one's fairly new. This is called Pearlized Faceted Circles, and it's in all these different shades of pink. Or we've got this one here that's Strawberry Slush in Pretty and Pink Gems. I think that might be too pinky. Well, I don't remember the color that these ones were in. If these are actually in, let me check. Let me look at these. Pearlized Faceted Circles. I swear the names that they come up for these things. Oh, why did it spell it that way? Okay, let's see. Okay, if I click on that, it should tell me the pinks that those are. Okay, so these are in Petal Pink, Calypso Coral, and White. But let me tell you that the white, they're so iridescent that the white could actually go on this and you would really get the pops of blue and the pink. That's why these ones were the ones that really kind of stood out to me because of all the pearlized, iridescent, whatever you want to call it. It really grabs the blue also, that you could really use any of these. I mean, maybe not the Calypso Coral, but the Pretty Pink and the white. So we're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with the white ones. I think those will look really good on there. And they come in 2 different sizes. So you have them in the small and the large. And let's see, how do we want these ones to look? I'm just gonna go like I did with my other card because I like the way that I put those on there. Come on, little guy, turn back around here. So we're gonna go like that, and then we're gonna add another little one right up here. And then we've got a really pretty little card that we could add any sentiment to. And so you might use these, especially if you are a demonstrator, you could use these as a kind of a thing for people to buy sentiment stamps, because then they can add what they want to the inside. Now you can do anything. So you could say something on the inside that is more of a, like, you can do anything. I wouldn't say congratulations. I don't know. You would come up with something. We've got so many cards that would, stamps that would work. Let me see. You can do anything. We could say hooray, just because there are simply no words for this. I mean, you could probably come up with something in there, or just leave it blank so they could just write whatever they wanted to. Okay, so the next one that we're gonna do here, this one's gonna get the thank you square, and it's gonna fit right here. So let's grab some more of those little doodads here. Maybe if my hands will work. And we're gonna put thank you right in the center. Then, do we like the peacock on there? Because there's so much pink, I think I am gonna go with peacock. So with this one, I'm just going to knot just a little piece of this. Again, maybe if I can get my hands to work. Just a little piece like that, and like so. Let's cut this side down just a bit. And with this little gold foiling in this peacock, really makes it kind of flashy. So I'm going to use a mini glue dot on this and pop that right inside of there. Then I'm just going to just add that little bow right like so. Now, if you have these, now these would be kind of pretty because again, they grab the different colors in it. Now those were called the holographic resin dots. Those were the ones that I was talking about last week. Where is that other pack? Oh, okay. Now these ones are retired. I know they have been retired, but they work perfect for what I need. This is Petal Pink and Pretty Peacock foiled gems. So this has got, these obviously must have went together. These gold little foiled gems that go with this. And so I'm gonna grab a big one, maybe. And I'm gonna pop that Come on, little guy. Work with me here. You're awfully sticky, but you're not sticking to the right thing. Oh, geez. Come on. Just get where you need to be. Okay, I'm going to put that one there. We're going to grab a little one. Put it right there. And then one more little one. Right down like so. So that goes quite well together. So that is the next one. All right, let's grab this one with our square, with our little corner piece. We're gonna do hello on that one. Let's pop that up. And I'm gonna put that right like so. Okay, I think we're gonna do another piece of this. I think I'm gonna try the light Flirty Flamingo this time. Yep, I think I like the light better. I think the light looks much more like this. In color. What in the world? Did I grab the wrong color? Nope. I grabbed dark Flirty Flamingo. Hold on. I need to test these. I mind boggle now. Okay, there's the light. And that's dark. Doesn't look too different on there. Not like it did on there. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the light. I do like the light better. Doesn't even look like it's the same. I don't know. It works. Okay, I'm gonna grab that. And again, come in here and just angle these. Kind of tighten that up. Okay, go like that. And then again, I'm gonna bring some of these in because when we're using the pink, it just looks good with the little pink ones on there. So I'm gonna use a big one here, right down there. Just like that. Isn't that cute? It's sweet and simple, and that's what I like about it because it gets the point across and it's not a lot of craziness. It's not a lot of, work that you could do this at a class. Like if you're going to hold a class or get people together and craft, this would be a great idea for them to get them, crafting and have everything be right there for them. And then it's not overwhelming. That was the word that I was looking for. Okay, the happy birthday is going to go right on this one. So let's pop this up. I need some more dimensional since my other sheet is empty now. Okay, happy birthday. I'm going to use a pretty peacock for this one. So come over here, just grab a piece of this. If you want to tie a full bow, you could do that. Let's go this way. Okay. And I'm gonna put this, let's go this way with it. And let's put this right down like so. Okay. And we can grab some of those. Where are they at? Right here. Let's grab a big one. Put it right there. A little one right there. And let's grab one more little one. We're going to put it right down here. So then we've got 4 super cute cards. We've got matching envelopes to go with these. We could put a strip of paper on here, cover the back of this, and you have got some great little cards with envelopes to make a super cute little gift. So there are our 4 cards using our 1 sheet wonder. Little layout. Where did I put that? So there's our layout using those pieces. Isn't that fun? I love it. Ah! Okay. Let me show you the other ones that I made for my little samples that I was playing with yesterday. Let me actually show you the other card that I made, just a regular card using this paper, just because I love this paper. And again, was keeping it simple, but still just kind of playing with the little fabulous sayings. I used the thank you on there, kind of went with the same theme, but it was using all 4 of the different papers to really try to get the paper to tie together. And again, just really simple, using some of that product. I did use a die from, what was that set called? That was called the Lovely Arrangements. That's where I got that little bottom border from, is I took that die that has the little 4 dots, and I just cut it across and just cut it in half. And that's what I used across the border there just to grab some of that. You could move this up to the center of this, but again, another simple card using that really pretty paper. But here are the 4 of these using that paper called, this one I think, what was this paper from? This is called True Blue Florals. What was this paper from? I keep thinking this was something that we earned, or what was this from? I know one of you guys will know. Hello, Linda Jack Mastol. Hello, Danny K. Welcome, welcome. I can't remember. Tell me, you guys. I know one of you guys will know what this paper was from. I don't think it was one that we could purchase. Was it? Why am I thinking that it wasn't? You know what? Oh, this was another product of the month. That's right. Okay, that's what I was. Okay, gotcha. Perfect. Okay, this was December's product of the month, right? Yes, because since we're in February, that's right. That's what it was, because that's where my mind was going with the product of the month. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Sometimes my brain just doesn't want to work. Yes, December's product of the month. So again, you sticking with the theme of product of the month, I have used the last 3 months product of the month items to share with you guys how we can get that paper used. Again, great deal for $5 when you spend $75. Again, you're going to see that little promotion pop up and say that your order has achieved the product of the month, and then you can add that to your order for just $5. And can you imagine how many cards you can get out of this using this perfect little layout here? Now, if you're looking at the, where did I put them? Oh, here they are. The note cards, because it is a wonderful deal. Let me tell you how much it is for the 20 cards and the 20 envelopes. I think it's some like crazy, like I think it's like $12 or something like that, that you already have them cut for you. You already have the envelopes for you. So they're just right here. Let me tell you the prices of those. Yeah, $10. I was wrong. So $10 and you get your envelopes and your cards. $10 already scored for you, already cut for you, ready to go. These are low inventory right now, so I would suggest you to swoop these up if you don't already have them. Now, can you go in, use your basic white thick paper and cut your own? You could, but you're not going to get those envelopes. Could you try to find envelopes in that size? Again, you could, but I don't think you're going to find them at the right size to fit these. That for $10, you're getting 20. So do the math. I'm telling you, it's a really good deal for those, and makes great gifts for people you know who love to send cards out. Again, I'm going to make sure I pop the not PDF, but the template up for you guys, so you guys can either take a snapshot of this. Again, I didn't put it on here, but I just measured down 1 inch from each side to make this measurement. You could line it up at the 1.5 on your paper trimmer and cut it. It doesn't have to be precise. It's gonna line up when you cut that. So if you flip that over, or if you use the one that's behind it, if you use 2 sheets, then you could do it that way. But it's just a really fun little layout that you can have so much fun with, mixing and matching papers. So that was the really pretty blue paper from December's product of the month. And then the ones that we just made just now, using the Painted Illusions February product of the month. So I hope you guys enjoy this and try this. Get your paper out. Even if it's not Stampin' Up paper, have fun with your paper. Get it out, play with this. Make some fun little gifts. You could sell these if you wanted to. If you know a little local shop that is always looking for handmade, crafty little items, make up some of these little packages. Put the envelopes with them. I guarantee you, you're going to get your money back and then some, because people are going to eat these up. And then you've got kind of an all occasion pack as well. If you want to, do 8 of them in a pack. I mean, you can really keep going and going and going with these sentiments, especially birthdays. People are always looking for birthday cards. Even if you just do 1 pack of birthday and just do it on all 4 cards, you could do it that way. Thank you and happy birthday are probably the biggest, most sent out cards there are. You could even put a gift card in this and give it that way. Just a lot of ways to send these to people. So I hope you guys try this out. I would love for you guys to post pictures over on Pink Barn Stampers group. If you go ahead and use this, I would love that. Thank you so much, Melinda, for letting me know December's product of the month. Yeah, I tell you, I get a little spacey. God knows my brain has a million things going on in it, and sometimes I just forget. Let's be honest. So there you guys go. I hope you guys have a wonderful week this week. It is the last week of February. When I see you guys next, it will be the 2nd of March. Huh, crazy. Hopefully I'm not having to kick the AC on around here since we are supposed to be in the 90s. Well, they said that it may potentially be 89, but they're saying that we could see the 90s. So hopefully not. I'm not ready to turn the AC on. I'm not ready for that horrendous bill, but it might happen and it just might have to be what it is. Okay, you guys, have a wonderful night. Do you guys have any questions for me on how I did this? Anything that I didn't explain enough to get you where you can start making these? Let me know before I leave out of here. If not, you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Oh my gosh, 7 inches of snow last night. I know, I was just watching it on the news before I came out here. It was saying that the East, you guys are getting like hammered with snow. It was showing, Rhode Island. Rhode Island had already like 24 inches of snow. It was ridiculous. It was over 2 feet. Insane. Where was the other one? Boston, I think it showed. Boston was snowing as we were like just watching it. And they were predicted that there's like some crazy blizzards happening. And I go, yeah, if you only knew that it was like in the 80s here today. It was warm. I walked out to the greenhouse earlier, and because of it being so warm and I had just watered everything this morning, it was so bloody humid in there. I couldn't stay in there. I had to leave. I was like, oh my Lord, I feel like I'm in a sauna, but not in a good way. When you're feeling like dirt just attached to your skin, I was like, nope, I got to get out of here. I'm not working in the greenhouse today. So normally when it's warm like that in there, you're ready for 70s. Yeah, right? I would be ready for 70s too. I wish we were back in the 70s. 70 is like perfect weather. I mean, it's still kind of a little bit cold for me at least, but 70s would be perfect. Like 70, 77, 80 is prime. Like if it could be like that every day, I would never have to turn the AC on. B, my garden would be, because like even right now, it's still 70 degrees. It's showing me that we're 70 degrees right now, which is ridiculous. So right now, like me sitting here is like perfect. I wouldn't need a jacket. I do have like a 3/4 sleeve shirt on, but it's just a regular t-shirt. And I do have like stretchy capris on. But I have flip-flops on my feet. So I guess it's kind of summer. That's Indiana summers time. Yep, humid. And see, in our summers, in the beginning of the summer, it's really dry and like horrendous hot. Like it's just a dry, super, super hell hot here. And then as like normally July, middle July, August is when we start seeing our monsoons. And then we get a little bit of cool off with that rain, but it's the humidity that you're just like, put me back in the nice, cool air conditioning, because the humidity is what the killer is. I'm not a fan of humidity. And that's hence the fact why I left the greenhouse earlier, because I just didn't want to be in the hot, sticky, gross. Okay, you guys. Stay warm if you are in that blizzard. And I did hear that there was a couple of places that were, because the snow, I think it was in Rhode Island, that there was quite a few places that had no electricity. So that's scary. That's scary when it's that cold out and you have no electricity. But I'm assuming, and we all know what assumptions are, but that there would be, most houses would have wood burning stoves or fireplaces or whatever to keep warm. But then again, if your wood has gotten wet from all the snow, but then again, I would think that there would be coverings. I don't know. But yeah, hopefully there's other ways to stay warm if you are without electricity. But don't do anything dangerous inside of your house. Don't use propane like camping stuff inside the house. That could be deadly, and that's not good. We want you to be safe. We want you to be warm and safe. Okay, you guys, have a wonderful week. Like I said, don't forget to get your mystery stamping card created. If you don't know what my mystery stamping is, you can see the details over on my blog, pinkbarnstamper.com. You can check out everything over there. I will have pictures of these cards along with the other ones that I've made, along with that template, so you can go ahead and create these cards yourself. Take care of yourselves. I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.